This 5-month-old Goldendoodle is a wonderful family pet, but whenever she was out of her crate, she was all over the place. Her family wanted her to be with them, but not constantly jumping all over them. So it was time for her to learn the place command. The first step is to introduce your dog to the place cot. Walk your dog up to the cot and then have them walk over it. Once they're comfortable walking up onto the cot, bring them back to the cot and ask them to lay down on the cot. Use your release word to let them come off of the cot. Then simply turn around and repeat from another direction. Pause, go onto the cot, then use your release word to give permission for them to come off of the cot. After many repetitions, on and off, you can start to extend the amount of time that the dog stays on the cot. The idea is the dog learns they may not get off the cot until you come back and give them permission. While learning, we only release the dog when we are close to the cot. Stay on there until I come get you. To help the dog learn clearly, we must keep it simple. Walk her up to it, leave her down on there, and then you walk all the way to the front door. Having done several repetitions, we now are going to add some distance from the owner to see if the dog understands it must stay on the cot. She watches her owner, but she stays on the cot, so clearly she is learning the lesson. Praising a dog too enthusiastically or from too far a distance can cause them to leave the command or be confused. As we keep working over several lessons, we are going to increase the duration, the amount of time we ask them to stay, and the distance that we walk away from them. Using a tie back does not hold them in place, but it does keep them in the area for when the inevitable happens and they do leave the command. When that happens, we will have the leash to guide her back onto the cot, so the lesson is very clear. Good, now correct her. While in the learning phase, we simply guide the dog right back to the place cot. Perfect. Because she has to experience that it's non-negotiable, that you have told her to stay in place, and that's where she has to stay. If the dog broke the command again by getting up and leaving the place cot, we would simply say no and guide her with her leash back onto the place cot. And before you know it, the dog will have internalized the message, oh, I'm supposed to stay here until Mom gives me permission to get off. Once the dog understands the basic lesson, we want to work with the dog from many different directions and for different amounts of time.
So she can do it, can't she? Yes, she can.
Don't be in a rush to expect your dog to do it perfectly. We learn from our mistakes.
That's okay, because we want her to have the opportunity to make a mistake. We can't learn without making mistakes.
But this 5-month Goldendoodle is learning amazingly quickly.
Okay, so this time go over. You don't even have to take the thing off. Pick up the leash that's near her neck and tell her she can come off and take her off. Okay.
Almost any dog can learn place. It is the perfect on-off switch for your dog while in the house. Puppies need to work their minds, not just their bodies.